What's the biggest plot twist of your life? My older brother Tyler was the family disappointment. While I was getting straight A's and going to college, he dropped out of high school at 17. He worked construction jobs, came home covered in dirt, and never talked about his future. My parents would shake their heads at dinner. "Why can't you be more like your brother?" they'd tell him. I felt bad, but honestly I was proud to be the successful one. Tyler lived in this tiny apartment above a mechanic shop. The place was a dump, broken windows covered with cardboard, a couch that looked like it came from the curb. I visited maybe twice in 5 years. When I graduated college, I got this fancy marketing job downtown. Tyler showed up to my graduation party wearing his work boots and a wrinkled shirt. He looked so out of place next to my college friends. "Congrats, little brother," he said, handing me this envelope. "Sorry, it's not much." Inside was $50 cash and a note that said, "Proud of you." I was touched, but also felt bad that $50 was probably a lot of money for him. For the next 10 years, I climbed the corporate ladder. Got married, bought a house, had kids. Tyler kept doing construction, same dirty clothes, same beat-up truck. At family dinners, he'd sit quietly while everyone talked about my promotions and achievements. I started inviting him less because my wife thought he was embarrassing. Then last month, Tyler had a heart attack. He was only 38. While he was in the hospital, I went to his apartment to grab some clothes. That's when I found the filing cabinet. Inside were documents I couldn't believe. Bank statements showing hundreds of thousands of dollars, investment portfolios, real estate deeds, property tax bills for buildings I'd never heard of. Tyler owned 12 rental properties across the city. His construction company had 43 employees. He was worth over $2 million, but that wasn't even the craziest part. I found copies of checks made out to St. Mary's Children's Hospital, $5,000 every month for 8 years. In the memo line, it said anonymous donation. Then I found more checks to mom and dad's mortgage company, their car payments, my little sister's college tuition that we thought was covered by scholarships. Tyler had been paying for everything. All those years we thought he was struggling, he was secretly supporting our entire family. There were receipts for Christmas presents, hundreds of toys donated to kids whose parents couldn't afford them, all signed from Santa but paid for by Tyler, medical bills for kids in the cancer ward, summer camp fees for low-income families, grocery store gift cards handed out at food banks. When I confronted him in the hospital, he just smiled. "Why didn't you tell us?" I asked. "Tell you what? That I like helping people?" "Tyler, you let everyone think you were a failure." He shrugged. "I never cared what people thought. I cared about what people needed." I found out he'd been living in that crappy apartment on purpose, driving the old truck by choice, wearing work clothes to family dinners so nobody would suspect he had money. The heart attack happened because he'd been working 18-hour days. Not because he had to, but because he was personally overseeing construction of a new homeless shelter downtown. My successful corporate career suddenly felt pretty small compared to what my unsuccessful brother had been doing with his life. The biggest plot twist? The family disappointment was actually our guardian angel. Tyler recovered fully, by the way. And yes, I finally introduced him to my kids properly. Turns out Uncle Tyler is way cooler than Dad.